Hi folks, this is Jason, Certified Financial Planner, host of Fighting Words Financial. Today, let's talk about NIO and the reported record on deliveries they have for quarter 3 of 2020. And let's talk a little bit about a Chinese electric vehicle market in general. If you live here in the United States, we do need to acknowledge we live in a bit of an information bubble. If you're really interested in electric vehicles, you might think that Tesla is the biggest producer of electric vehicles in the world, or that they're dominating the market worldwide. That really isn't true. If you look at China, China is really kind of the wild east right now. Their electric vehicle market is absolutely going wild. They have dozens of companies there that are producing electric vehicles. And really that was all sparked by, in a way, by government policy, a lot like Tesla was. Tesla got early loans from the federal government. They also got subsidies in the form of tax breaks from the state of California. And government has really decided it's a matter of policy that we promote electric vehicle adoption by the general public. And the Chinese government has certainly decided this as well. They have some pretty generous subsidies focused on vehicles that cost under $43,000. But let's talk about NIO. So the stock popped last week and it popped pretty good. That was really based on coverage being initiated by an analyst named Edison Yu at Deutsche Bank. He put out a report where he referenced some studies that were done in China in relationship to NIO branding and how NIO is really seen as a trusted brand, just like Volkswagen and BMW is. And he thinks that NIO has a shot at becoming the next iconic auto brand. Now, I don't really get excited over analysts initiating coverage or even what they say about, about a different stock. But what I am trying to say here is that NIO is starting to show more and more signs that they're becoming a real player in the electric vehicle market. They still don't have a large volume of sales, but they are improving month over month, at least since April. I mean, and let's be honest, they almost went out of business in March of April and had to be rescued. They took a finance deal that really didn't look very good, but their first step when their stock recovered is up 400% for the year. One of their first steps when their stock recovered was to initiate a secondary offering and to buy back, some of the share, some of the control that they had given away when they took this emergency financing. But some of the signs that things are going well is that their sales have recovered and they're improving every month. And the last 2 months in a row have been records for them. They've had record amounts of sales. They also started delivering their new EC6 SUV. Now, the numbers that they reported for Q3, if you compare them to Tesla or someone like that, they're not really all that impressive. They delivered 12,206 vehicles for quarter 3 of 2020. While that seems like a small number, it actually represents an incredible 154% improvement over quarter 3 of last year. And this just convinces me a little bit more that they're on the right track. I want to be clear, guys, though. I think that NIO has incredible challenges in front of it. They're a small company. They don't manufacture their own cars like Tesla does. They have someone else do it for them. They outsource that. But NIO really is kind of a leader in policy, a leader in technology, and a leader in new ideas for the electric vehicle market in China. Now, if you paid attention to my channel, you know that I did a video on their battery swapping technology and how it's been around for a while in China. It wasn't invented by them. Tesla actually tried it first, but they abandoned that idea. The Chinese market is a little bit different, though. Millions upon millions of people live in apartment blocks. Even people that are fairly wealthy live in apartment buildings or flats in China. It's not like the US market at all. Population density is much different there, and swapping makes a little bit more sense to relieve some of that range anxiety. NIO was the company that really started these battery swapping stations, and now other companies are following them. Other makers have adopted the swappable strategy. SAIC, an electric vehicle manufacturer in China, is just the latest company to emerge on the Ministry of Information and Information Technology subsidy approval list. They have 2 models now that are capable of battery swapping technology. That brings the number of electric vehicle manufacturers with swapping technology in China up to 5. It's an idea that's growing. At least one of the new vehicle models with swappable batteries, like Tesla, is planning to use the lithium ferro phosphate battery chemistry that I discussed in one of my last videos. This is very good because it eliminates cobalt, eliminates manganese, and eliminates nickel from cathode chemistry. Tesla itself appears to be steering itself well away from battery swapping technology, if what I understand with their new ideas regarding cell vehicle integration and manufacturing techniques are true. or maybe my understanding is incorrect. But if my understanding is correct, then they are steering themselves well away from that. So it's interesting to see that our market and China's markets for electric vehicles may develop radically different because of how subsidies are structured and how our society lives. Many think that this swappable technology, though, is really only popular in China because it keeps the price of certain electric vehicle models under the $43,000 mark, which means that those vehicles will still qualify for that Chinese electric vehicle subsidy. Sales are great for NIO in the last couple of months, over 4,000, but the EV market in China is actually much bigger than you think it is, and it's growing. Almost 100,000 electric vehicles were purchased in China in August, so vehicle sales really only represent somewhere between 3 and 4% of the overall market. One of the amazing things about China also and the EV market is they have manufacturers that are focused on all types of clients. You know, there was a big deal made over a $25,000 electric vehicle that Elon Musk said he's going to come out with in China. I gotta tell you something, Chinese manufacturers are not nervous about this at all. The $25,000 electric vehicle is already a reality in China. In fact, a $5,000 electric vehicle is already a reality in China. Check this out. This company called Wuling sells a mini electric vehicle with a range between 75 and 106 miles, and that after incentives only costs between $4,000 and $5,500 depending on the options that you choose. You know, they have vehicles ranging from this very, very low end all the way up to the luxury brand NIO, which is focused on producing vehicles that are aimed at the more affluent market sectors. So what I'm trying to say, folks, is that China really is kind of this new virgin ground for electric vehicles. There's a lot going on there. There's a lot of innovation going on there. Is some of that copying what we're doing in the United States? I'm sure some of it is. But they're also coming up with a lot of their own innovations, a lot of their own technologies, particularly when it comes to battery manufacturing. Now, if you watch the video that I did on NIO's battery as a service, you would have noted that the company CATL, which is Contemporary Amperous Technology Limited, which is a battery manufacturer, they have partnered with NIO to form a battery asset company to serve battery swapping stations in China. They also partner with Tesla. So Tesla's lithium ferro phosphate batteries and the battery cells for NIO and these other companies are all actually coming from the same manufacturer, CATL. So there's actually a lot of cooperation between the companies. So if you don't know anything about the Chinese electric vehicle market, or you haven't heard about any of the companies out there, look, there are dozens out there and some really big manufacturers. You know, there is a company out there called BYD, Build Your Dreams, that's backed by Warren Buffett. They're making tons of vehicles right now, upwards of $200,000-300,000 a year. There's NIO, which is this upstart luxury brand. There's dozens of brands out there that are focused on all markets between $5,000 vehicles up to $100,000 vehicles. It really is something that you should go out there and check out for yourself and do your own research. All right, guys, that's it today for my quick video on record NIO deliveries and a little bit of an update on the Chinese electric vehicle market. If you don't know anything about the Chinese electric vehicle market, I highly encourage you that you go out there and you do the research on your own. I'm saying that this is a really exciting time to be alive. It's a really exciting time to be paying attention to electric vehicles and all of the technology coming from everywhere in the world and how it's changing our lives. Thank you very much for your time today, folks. I'll see you next time.